Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Wednesday, August 10th. And the big story over the next 3 days is going to be warm to darn right hot, and it's going to become quite humid, especially for Thursday and Friday. And we'll see a good chance of thunderstorms here, especially for Thursday night into Friday night. Could see some on the day on Thursday, but right now the best bet is late Thursday night into Friday night. And again, I think as we average the 12 stations out here over the next 3 or 4 days, I think we'll average right around 3/4 of an inch with a ½ inch to an inch. Some areas, if you get a heavy thunderstorm or two, you could certainly get quite a bit more rain than that. But I think when you average the 12 stations up as we get into Friday afternoon, I think our average will be someplace between a ½ inch and an inch. So the weather headlines, I guess, if there's headlines to be had, it would be that over the next couple of days, it's going to feel, well, kind of like this in some degree. Tell me, where else can you get the Ponderosa and Bonanza with guys like Haas and Little Joe and Adam, but other than right here? So, and we'll move on now. The normal highs for the day is 80. Our normal low is 56. Last year we had a high of 79 degrees and a low of 63. And again, yesterday we had a high of 81 and a low of 56. No precipitation. We are now in our 10th straight day here in Breckenridge without any precipitation, as are 5 other MAC stations around the area. And caught on video yesterday, we had a crop duster go flying through the area, and it looked a little bit like that. Pretty cool. And so if we look at the highs and lows from yesterday, you can see highs mainly in the mid to upper 80s, no 90s, but very close in a couple of spots, and no precipitation once again across the area. If we look at the current conditions this morning, you can see low or temperatures out there in the mid to upper 60s, even 70 at Blissville. So a very warm, sticky start to the day. And again, we're going to get hot today and become increasingly humid, so it's going to be a pretty uncomfortable day. If we look at the satellite this morning, you can see lots of showers and thunderstorms off to our northwest. And again, eventually they're going to round the top of that and then begin to affect the area, but not again until probably later on tomorrow. We could have some developmental thunderstorms, but again, most of it should hold off till late tomorrow night into Friday night. If we look at the radar out there, you can see those thunderstorms back across the Dakotas into northwest Minnesota. And again, eventually we're going to get our rain as well. If we look at the moisture conditions again around for Great Lakes, very, very dry out there. And we'll add to that today with no precipitation. So we're getting down now where we're going to get at that 70% over 3 months. So we're certainly been lacking for moisture. If we look at the drought index, again, we showed this yesterday. The new update comes out on Thursday, and we'll show that Friday morning, both this map and that one, to compare how much this past week has certainly added to the drought conditions across much of the area. And again, forecast map this morning, you can see that cold front. We have a number of waves of low pressure moving along, and that's going to keep that front from sagging too far south too quick. But once it gets here, that means we'll have plenty of opportunities over about a 36-hour period to pick up showers and thunderstorms. That's why we're pretty confident most areas are going to get a decent amount of rain as it looks right now. If we look at the forecast map for Thursday morning, you can see lots of heavy rains off to our northwest once again. And then as we move into Friday, you can see a little bit lesser chances that main system becomes occluded, but we're going to still have more waves of low pressure move along that. So I think we'll see a pretty decent amount of rain once again here. If we look at the precipitation forecast, this is from INSEPT over the next 72 hours. You can see much of the MAC area depicting about a ½ inch to an inch of rain. If we look at the Canadian model over the next 72 hours, again, most areas solid ½ inch to 1 inch of rain, even some localized quite a bit heavier rainfall, and that's kind of what we expect around some of those thunderstorms. And again, from the WPC, they show about a ½ inch or 3/4 of an inch to about 1.25 inches across much of the area. Notice the very heavy rainfall off to our southeast, again creeping ever closer towards southeast lower Michigan, southwest Ontario. And again, places like northern Ohio really are in a pretty dry situation with moderate drought conditions there, up into southwest Ontario, especially north of the lakes. So again, hopefully many areas will pick up some much needed rainfall here over the next couple of days. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.